everybody, here's Krystian from Teamworkcast. I'm here with another video talking a little bit about how we record our podcast show and how you can maybe record your own podcast show. And today I wanted to talk a little bit about how to record in, like a telephone call, how to do this, how to pull this off. A lot of people are asking us how to do this actually. So one of the first things you have to consider is, because our show is about people playing together across continents. I'm here in Cologne in Germany, and the other guys are in America. Sometimes we have people from other places. So, we're always having like a conference call actually, and we kind of have to capture, especially the audio of this conference call somehow. So the first thing to consider there is how to actually, do the conference call, what kind of system to use. And something that worked very well for us always was Skype, because it's kind of like very well known, very widespread. It's also kind of very, it's cheap, it's free, and also it's pretty good quality compared to other systems that we tried. Some people also often suggest to use TeamSpeak, which we considered at some point, but for some reason we decided against it. I think one of us had like really bad experiences, like the quality wasn't just quite as up there. Maybe they improved since then. If you have some good experiences with some different systems, definitely post them in the comment section. One thing I would definitely advise against is using like built-in systems of the consoles themselves. For example, Xbox Live, or like the built-in system of the Wii U thing. Definitely not something you're going to try. First of all, like the quality is really horrible with those, especially Xbox Live is really, really bad. And also you can't actually use better microphones. So you kind of have to use like those flimsy headsets it just doesn't work. Just don't try it. It's just not podcast worthy. So, using Skype. How do you record Skype? Well, actually, we went through different kind of setups, and I would say there's like a 3-tier system that we went through. There's like 3 levels of complexity you can down to, and as become more complex you go, the more control you have and the better quality you receive. So the simplest solution, I would say, is to use something as like XSplit to just directly record all of your conversation into the video file. XSplit is something I discussed in a previous episode about the episode how to record video. XSplit is a program that you can use to stream stuff over the internet. It records portion of your screen or any kind of video source, and puts it out on the internet, or it records it actually on a video file. And the cool thing about XSplit is that it also grabs the audio of your computer. So if there's a Skype call going in, it grabs the Skype call, and also can grab the microphone input as well, and it puts everything into the video file itself. So that's actually quite convenient because you just don't have to do anything. You just set up everything and maybe adjust the volume levels of the game a little bit, and there you go. You record the thing and you can live stream this, and after the live stream you have the video and it's finished. Awesome. The disadvantage is that after you recorded everything, there is just no way to control anything about this. So, for example, one thing that once happened to me, I recorded a session of Kerbal Space Program, and I realized way too late. Like once I was like into it and was already like landed somewhere and was returning on my way, I realized that the game audio was way too loud and nobody was understanding what I was talking about. But because everything was like, recorded together and put into the video, there was just no way for me to fix it in post. Like, I couldn't just open a file and, adjust the audio levels. Everything was, together, baked together into one audio file. So that's like really not quite as convenient, and something that, a good reason for you to might go like, one level deeper, try the more complex setup. So one level deeper means that you record the Skype audio, separately from the game audio. And there are different programs you can use for this. For recording just a Skype call on PC, you can use a program called Pamela, which we had some good results with. It basically just records the audio, and you can even set it up this way that it records your local microphone. So the stuff that you say is being recorded separately from the stuff that other people say on the Skype call. So you even have control there a little bit. When you're using a Mac, a program I used at the beginning of the podcast, and quite a lot actually, was a program called Wiretap Studio. And this also allows you to record your microphone and the Skype call, the stuff that everybody else is saying, separately from each other. Wiretap Studio even has like a very simple editing tool inside, so you can even edit like the entire podcast in it. That's what's actually really, really cool. And so then you will have like Pamela or like Wiretap Studio running, and then you would, separately from this, you would record your video somehow, your game audio and video somehow, and then afterwards you would put everything together into like an editing program, and you would be able to adjust exactly, how loud the game is compared to the voices, and you could maybe like improve the voices a little bit. You could maybe edit out something from the voices, if somebody's like sneezing or something like this, you could even like silence this part out. So, you have like full control over this. There are two disadvantages to this approach. One of them being is that one person is the person who's recording this. This person has their own local channel, but everybody else is put together again into one big channel. So, if Shepard is sneezing, I cannot isolate Shepard. I have to either keep the sneeze in the video, or I have to kind of silence everybody at a time. Different problem is also that most of the people you are recording them over the Skype. So, if the Skype connection is not quite as good, the quality will go down, and you're actually losing a lot of quality in the Skype recording. So in order to get the best quality, you really need to go, on the third level. You need to go deeper, which is basically the setup we're working with right now. It's pretty complex, but it gives you really the best quality and most control, and it's actually quite foolproof if you get it right. So the idea is that everybody records their audio locally. Everybody has a audio recording program running. We often use a program called Audacity. On top of it, there's one person recording the entire Skype call using Wiretap Studio or Pamela or whatever. So one person has basically two recordings going on, the local recording of their microphone and also like the Skype thing. When the recording is finished, everybody uploads their audio to one person, usually me, who is doing the audio processing. So I get like files from everybody who was participating in the call of their individual microphone recording. And then when I have those files, I can use the Skype recording I did to arrange the individual files to kind of reconstruct like a best possible version of the actual recordings out of the individual recordings of the microphones. And the cool thing about it is that you're using the best possible quality of each individual person. Each individual person is recording their own local thing, and everything comes together into like a beautiful, beautiful, high quality version of the actual conversation. Now, the thing is that recording the Skype audio is also kind of quite important, because if somebody screws up their recording, if somebody, somebody's PC crashes or something like this, you cannot reconstruct the conversation anymore. You kind of have to fall back on the Skype recording. So that's why it's still important to keep a Skype recording in the background. We had some really good experiences with this. It really allows you to control each individual voice. So for example, if somebody has more background noise going in the background, then you can filter just this person out, kind of improve their audio individually, and without having to kind of, change other people's audio. You can really, really fine tune everything to get the best possible quality. Something that we had problems with in the past, and kind of evolved into this kind of complex system slowly. It kind of sounds daunting at first, and probably not the kind of system I would recommend at the beginning. I would probably recommend you to start with something simpler and kind of like ease yourself into some a recording setup that you're comfortable with. Definitely do a couple of test recordings first before you start your 1 hour show or something like this. Like the first thing that we recorded back in the days actually went lost. There was like a 0 episode that I genuinely screwed up right off the bat. The first recording we ever did, we didn't knew each other and stuff like that, and it just disappeared, and it's, I pressed the wrong button or something, it's just, something didn't got recorded, I just couldn't save it anymore, bam, it's gone. So you probably should expect, we'll probably make a couple of mistakes, but that's pretty good because that's how you learn. Ding! I know that a lot of people are having their own setups, it's kind of like everybody's baking their own cake there, so if you have your own solution that you would like to share with other people, definitely post them in the comments section and let us know how you're doing this stuff. And if you're already recording a podcast and if you want to improve your quality of your recordings, then that's definitely the way to go. So that's it for today. We see you next time, and bye bye. Ding!